Hey and hello there everyone! Welcome back to a surprise bonus post-strike stream thing. I don't think I said that right, but I'm not doing it a second time. I don't know if we actually have enough people to even play, but I hope you're doing well. Let's hope some people are here or get that notification button and stuff like that. JP, hello! And Confused Paladin, hello! Oh, is the audio wonky? Audio issues? Question mark? It shouldn't be, in theory, in game theory. But not for Xander. That's good enough for me. Kevin's like, actually, I'm having no, it's good enough for Xander. No, okay, yeah, maybe just refresh or something. Make sure you're on like a good Wi-Fi or whatever. But no, lovely to see you all. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I had said previously about how maybe in like October I will start doing, maybe we'll like try and do a few extra streams, because maybe I cut back like a bit too much by doing just the weekends. But I said I was going to leave it till like October, but then we're like pretty close, and I was like, let's do like a trial run today or something. I don't know. But again, we might not have enough people and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm hoping that people rung the bell and stuff so they know that like a stream just started. So there's like a bunch of people who are like getting notifications that like, wait, Bo's live? What the heck? I gotta check this out. And then they'll see me. So anyway, let's go into the game. Not on that profile, but on this profile, because I'm awesome. The real fans, yes, real ones are the ones who hit the subscribe button and ring the bell and drop everything they're doing to watch the streams. I'm sorry if your grandparent is sick and you were driving them to the hospital. You will have to, Mr. Krabs style, chuck them out to the curb and watch me instead. I do see that like their episode reference, there's like a meme about like the American healthcare system and stuff like that, and they're like, this joke is like 20 years old and it's still very relevant now, and it's depressing. He said, laughing. So my leg. Anyway, Buck. So chat, my lovely chat. I'll tell you a joke. Does anyone watch, I say this as if it's like something you might not know about, that like I imagine a bunch of you do. Do any of you watch like the Dropout TV stuff? So like Game Changer or Make Some Noise. I don't have Dropout TV. I just watch the clips on like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. But there was a clip they posted like this week, and I thought it was like a topical sort of posting. And I mean, the actual posting was topical, but it was a clip from 2022. And basically it was like a Jimmy Kimmel joke they had from like 2022, and it was weirdly prophetic. Like weirdly prophetic. I highly recommend looking it up because it's a funny bit. But anyway, Bark. Oh God, hang on, I just got an email. Okay, no. So anyway, Bark. Chat. I love the chat. I love you dearly. And it's Simpsons prophecies all over again. Basically, yes. Anyway, what am I doing? Sorry, I'm out of the swing of things, aren't I? So I've had like a really busy week. So chat, one of the reasons I am doing this stream today is because I wanted to tell you about, today is Shiny Miraidon and Koraidon Day at GameStop. I said I was going to go early. I didn't get to go as early as I would have liked because I had an audition and I had to do that. But then I went down to my GameStop about like I left the house like half an hour later than I wanted to, a bit over half an hour later than I wanted to. But nevertheless, I got to the store before it opened, and I waited an hour and 45 minutes, only to be told that they had run out of codes by the time I got to the till, and apparently I missed it by about 4 people. So I do not get a shiny Miraidon or shiny Koraidon, and I am PISSED, and I'm sorry for bad language for those of you who can who can spell, but hopefully you can't spell. So yeah, I'm annoyed, and and so because I was like sort of thinking, and I have like nothing to do today, and I was gonna like stream on like Thursdays and Friday, you know, maybe stream on like Thursdays and Fridays starting next week anyway, and I was like, I'm moving it up by a week, so yeah, oh wait, have they been doing like Koraidon stuff on Discord? Kevin, have you been like on Discord and they've been talking about it as well? Because that really sucks. Because yeah, that really sucks. I'm sorry if like they've all missed out on stuff as well. So never mind. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring it up. Although we probably don't have enough people to play. Oh, so they got their codes, is what you're saying. Oh, well, lucky them. Lucky that they do not live in LA and that like we're America, the land where they have physical codes that like are very, very limited. Unlike in the UK where they print them from just like the cash register and they have like an infinite amount of them. Damn. Okay, well, so anyway, so are there actually like any people here who can play today? I'm a bit worried we don't have enough people who can play, but can you guys let me know who's around to play, and then we'll kind of like take it from here. I don't know if any of the people on Discord know I'm online right now, but how do you have a limit of a digital product? That's the thing. It's like, why turn something that should be like digital and limitless into something like physical and like limited quantity? Like, I just don't get that. Again, it was a bit like with the Legend ZA pre-order thing. Oh, JP, yes. Okay, so we've got JP and we've got Kevin. We could always, okay. JP, would you be able to do, like, say, a stack attacker? Stack attacker could be good because it's got ×4 weakness. Like, if we had 3 people, like 3 people and a ×4 weakness, then, like, that could be... But yeah. Anyway. So I just literally had like a message and a notification about like the Costco thing. Tegan, you've never done online DA before, but you're actually available. Oh, Tegan, you can join as well. Yay! Okay. So Tegan, would you be able to join us as well? Okay. So I can walk you through it, Tegan. But okay. So let's have Tegan, Kevin, and let's have Tegan, Kevin, and Tegan, Kevin, and JP. And then... on Lara, hi! And Thinks, hello. Vivi, oh, this is perfect, because on Lara can only do Celesteela and Thunderous. So, okay. So let's do that then. Let's do Tegan, Kevin, and JP, and then on Lara you can be in Team 2. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Oh, also just make sure that you are watching live, okay? So make sure that if you hover your mouse on the YouTube video, or if you like tap your finger on it once, you see the red circle, that means you're live. If you have a gray circle with a number next to it, that means you're not live. Just make sure you're watching live and that you're all caught up and everything, because there'll be like a 10-second delay between like the game and the gameplay and the stream, and like that's okay. But if we sort of inflate it with watching the video behind, then that just adds to chaos. Okay, so chat, my lovely chat. Here's what we're gonna do. So we're in the Dynamax Adventure lobby. Oh, hang on. Who said? Confused Paladin said about in like 20 minutes. Okay, so then we could have Confused Paladin. Okay, so so here's what we do. Go to the Dynamax Adventure Cave, and then if you press the Y button, and if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, so Y, and then on the Y-com, we're going to now press the plus button, and if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, it says plus, connect to internet. So we've now connected to the internet. I'm going to press A, and if you look at the top right-hand corner, it currently says local communication, but when I press A, doop, it now says internet, so that means we are connected to the internet. So if it says internet, you're good to go. You can just get out of there. The bottom left-hand corner now looks a little bit different. It's a blue background with a white logo. That is exactly what we're looking for. We're going to talk to this nice scientist lady, and she'll ask if you want to do... would you like to anyway embark upon a Dynamax adventure? We're going to say, yes, please. According to notes, it seems you might have a Pokemon. If she asks this question to you, just say that anything is fine. Anything goes. But I will select Stack Attacker. We're going to then save the game. And then when you'll be on a pink screen and you will have a question mark on the left-hand side of your screen. I have Stack Attacker, but you'll have a question mark. I will set up a code. You have to press the plus button to get code. You go 0926, and then we'll go 0212. Okay, so 09260212. We're going to press the plus button to say okay. We're going to press A to say that it is correct. And then we're going to press invite others, the A button as well. And if you do all of that, although it's actually not that much, then you will be able to get in. But let me know if you have any issues getting in or connecting, okay? Don't be shy, don't be quiet. Like, tell us what's going on. Like, if you're not in the lobby with us, tell us what's going on in your game. Tell us, like, where you are or what your screen says. Does it just say communicating? But yeah. So, Miss Cheesecake, is that Tegan? Or is that... JP, you were like JP, right? JP, were you on the spreadsheet? I feel like a bajillion years ago you were on the spreadsheet. But I could be wrong. Oh no, wait. Tegan is Tegan. Oh, you're Miss Cheesecake. Oh, I love it. That's a great name, by the way. Yeah. Now that Tegan's in, I can be like, oh, you're Miss Cheesecake. But I don't know. T goes with cheesecake more than... I don't know. That was my logic there. Okay, we're in. But yeah, so yeah, on Lara, I waited an hour. I got there before the store opened. I waited an hour and 45 minutes, and then apparently like 4 people ahead of me got like the final one. I'm really bummed. Okay, so I mean, basically, guess who's going to be saving up all their green passes in Pokemon Go for a Pokemon that doesn't even exist in the game yet? Yeah. Right, so, Stack Attacker. Let's do it. So, Stack Attacker is rock and steel. It's like an Aggron, which means it's very, very, very weak to both fighting and ground. So, let's look out for fighting types and ground types. But if there's water, water can be good as well. Like, if we get a rain team, if we get, like, the water and rain, that's a really good combination as well. That's basically almost as powerful. So, like, for example, Barrascuda is better than these other 2 Psychics, and Psychic is bad against Steel. So, yeah. But, okay. Yeah, it's so annoying on, like, it's the year 2025. Like, we don't need to do this weird, exclusivist, ableist, limited, scalper-inducing, you know, just have the online... have mystery gift. It's like a load of people wasted a load of time today. Like the line behind me was bigger than the line in front of me, and I was basically one of the first people to like get turned away. So it just a load of people wasted a load of time, and it was just kind of embarrassing, really. Right, okay, let's see what we got here. Hitmonchan is a fighting type. That's good. And then there's water, Quillfish. Quillfish is good. So if we go to the right and get Hitmonchan, and then we'll go to the left to get Quillfish. And then do you want to just do a Mulga because I need a shiny of it? I think that sounds like a good idea. Right. I don't know. Okay, so... I don't know who we're going to switch or who we're going to not switch, though, because I don't know if there's any science or anything. Right has... Hang on. Oh, fighting and... Oh, there was ground? Oh, we'll have a look at the ground. We'll have a look at who the... Apparently there's a ground in, like, the final row on the right. So let me have a look at that. We need to see if it's actually... Here's the thing about ground types. There are a lot of not very good ground types in this mode. Like, Mudsdale is not very good. Seismitoad, like, as a ground type, I'm saying. So, like, Mudsdale only has, like, Sand Tomb. Seismitoad doesn't have any ground moves. Who else is bad? There's other, like, ground types who are bad. There are, like, a couple where they're just not really very good. You were able to get 2 codes, but you only have Scarlet, so you're working on finding someone with multiple profiles on Violet that can redeem it and trade you the Koraidon. Oh, I see. Oh, it was one of the Dug Trios. Oh, okay. The only real good ground users are Crocodile. Well, the Dug Trios are good. I mean, there are a lot of good ones. It's just you have to be careful because there are a lot of ground types that, like, don't have a ground move or something, or have, like, a very weak one. Which is something which, like, how many fire types, like, don't have a good fire move? Like, I suppose water is maybe another example. Oh, hang on, speed swap. Yeah, we don't want to be wasting time with moves like that, guys. Like, Hitmonchan is weak to Psychic, so we just want to be, like, hitting it with Psychic moves, okay? Because, like, yeah, like, we're really strong against Hitmonchan, so we don't want to waste time with, we don't want to be wasting time with moves that just don't really accomplish anything. So let's just attack this with some nice Psychic. And then, or flying, and then we'll win. Oh, if there's a Dug Trio... Yeah, if there's a Dug Trio, we can go for Dug Trio instead of Quillfish then. The only reason we might still want to go for Quillfish is if there's any science, but... Rental Pokemon not having stab moves? Say it ain't so! Dug Trio is frail. The Alolan one is a bit better, just because of how good Steel is defensively. So... No, Tegan, you got plenty. You got Spark. Like, Spark is good enough, I promise. Oh, is anyone playing or gonna be playing Sonic Racing Crosswords? A lot of cool people in that game, voice actor-wise and stuff, including my dear beloved friend Ryan Bartley, who is back as Sage. But there's lots of other people as well. And it's got good reviews and stuff. So I'm curious as well. I'm curious because of the good reviews that I've been hearing. The good stuff. But okay. So Hitmonchan, Barrascuda, Hitmonchan, Oh, so we do want this Hitmonchan. So Tegan, why don't you take this? Or it was basically the Tegan or JP. As long as one of you gets this, or Kevin, as long as someone gets this, please, for the love of Nelly, someone get this. It's super effective. Okay, there we go. Whew. Okay, because Hitmonchan was really good. That's why we went for it. So, okay, let's see what we got. Okay, there is Dug Trio. It is just the classic Cantonian. But this Backpacker. Okay. I'm happy to go for the Lycanroc because Hitmonchan is good against the Lycanroc. Okay, we've gone for the Quillfish. Yeah, I saw one of the ads, which was quite funny. So that was quite fun. Okay, I'm just gonna go with a Citrus Berry. Because these options aren't that great. Okay, I am a bit concerned that basically we're not gonna have a very good Dynamaxer here. But we'll have to see what happens. I can't believe Sonic and Mega Man are having a crossover. I know. Who would have thought that we'd ever see Sonic and Mega Man in a game together? Anyway, I'm gonna go play Smash Bros. But no. In cheerier shiny legendary news, so far you've successfully hunted the Reggie trio, Latias, Kyogre, and Entei. Oh, Lyra, that's insane! That's brilliant. Well done. And currently resetting for Lugia. Oh, so you found the portal for it, so then now you're resetting. Ooh, interesting. How long until Zardakan raises Joker? That is the real question. That is why Xander is here, to ask the real questions. Also, this is annoying. Oh, and we're all physical. This isn't great. But yeah, so it's a bit of a shame. So yeah, I was really excited about getting my shinies, and then I didn't get them. So screw GameStop. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. But no, I'm kidding. Or am I? I am. But really though? But yes, I am. Okay, so but yeah, no, I did. Here's the funny thing. You know how I hadn't had a shiny in from 5-star raids in Pokemon Go since April, and then last week I got shiny Latias, which was really cool. I then got shiny Origin Form Dialga this week on Wednesday. I go almost half a year without, and then I get 2 in 2 weeks. What? So, oh well. But right, I'm just gonna keep using insurance here. So, yeah, so that's funny how that worked out. But that's the thing, it kind of got me pumped for today, which is why I'm gutted about today. But it was a bit annoying as well. So I think I did sort of say about this online. For those of you who follow me online, you may have seen this. But basically, on Wednesday, I had a session. And it was a pretty good session. So this isn't me complaining or anything. But I had a session, and it was I think basically it was the furthest away I've ever had to go for a session. And I had to take 4 different pieces. Oops, sorry, hiccuping. So yeah, either Tegan or JP, please take this, okay? It's very important one of you takes this, because Quillfish is really good. I don't care who, press the A button, throw your hat in the ring. We'll let fate decide. Fate has decided it's Tegan, though that's actually pretty good, because Tegan's going to be the Dynamaxer. So okay, let's see what we've got here. Do we have to do Clefable here? I feel like we have to do Clefable just because we're more super effective against it. But Emolga's also very frail. I picked Emolga because I need a shiny of it. And here's the thing. Clefable, we don't really have a whole lot of stuff that's very good against it. It's actually really bulky. At least with Emolga, we can take it out quickly. So I'm just gonna say let's do Emolga. Oh, and maybe we could actually switch for Emolga as well, because Emolga is better than a Swoobat for a stack attacker. So that's my theory, my game theory. And that's what I'm gonna go with. Yeah, the thing is, I know that Emolga is very super effective against this team. It's literally super effective against everyone. But it is frailer. Oh, did we not Dynamax? No, we got a Dynamax! We got to Dynamax! We have to Dynamax! We have to Dynamax, guys! Guys, we have to Dynamax! Otherwise Emolga is gonna kill all of us. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh gosh. The wings don't make a sound, thank goodness. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, come on, quick defense down. No, no. Oh gosh, we gotta be Dynamaxing. Always, it's ABD. Always be Dynamaxing. ABD, ABD. I'm just gonna yell ABD for the rest of the stream now. ABD, ABD. No, okay. Always be Dynamaxing. Okay. So, Yes, Dynamaxing. See, ABZ, always be Dynamaxing. Oh, cool avatar, by the way. I like the gloves. What are those gloves? I don't think I've ever seen those gloves. They're good gloves. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, so I did get... Oh, yeah. So on Wednesday, I had, like, my furthest ever away session, and I had to take 4 different forms of public transport. Oh, crud, no. Well, now I'm dead. I didn't even get my hit in because I was paralyzed. Dang it. A, B, D, 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 D. Okay. Psychic, nice. And then we're like 1 hit away. Ice punch, more like a nice punch. Yes. Okay. But yeah, maybe if we get rid of Swoobat here, just because Swoobat's not very good against Stack Attacker, so I wouldn't really, like, go for it. But anyway, furthest away session, and I had to take 4 forms of public transport, right? I had to take, like, a shuttle bus, and then, like, an underground metro, and then an overground metro, and then I had to take, like, a regular bus, like a big regular bus, and then, so, Swoobat switch, let's all do a Swoobat switch, Swoobat switch, you've got not much health, and Emolga's better, Swoobat switch, thank you, switch, switch, there we go, nicely done. Okay, and then, there we go, yeah. So, it was like a long time, you know, it was like sort of like a long time, you know. I basically got to my destination like 2.5 hours, sort of bit after like 2.5 hours after I left the house, you know, it's like 4 modes of transport, like 2.5 hours. So basically just like Wednesday, and the session was like shorter than like the travel. So it's one of those things where, and again, the session was like perfectly fine and nice and good, and you know, and I'm very grateful to have it and everything. So again, this isn't me complaining, but the day was a lot of, the day did have a lot of like essentially waiting around, either waiting for a bit of public transportation or like just sitting on a piece of public transportation, which in itself is kind of a form of waiting. And so basically, yeah, it's just really annoying that, you know, I spent like, I don't know, something like 5 hours on Wednesday, like sort of doing all this like public transportation, and then nearly 2 hours today trying to get these codes, and then not to get them as well. It's just, this week's just had a lot of like sitting around doing nothing, and I don't like that. So it's kind of why I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a stream today. For those who missed it earlier, I was saying, I'd said in the past about how in October I might try and do some extra streams, like on Thursdays and Fridays. And so that's why I was kind of like, well, why don't I try and start today, you know? Why don't I, you know, I don't really have anything to do today, and especially now that I didn't get that code. So I just kind of came back home and I was like, why don't I do a stream? Why don't I, if I can't get a shiny from GameStop, why don't I try and get a shiny in Sword and Shield? It was basically like 5 hours of travel, like in terms of like the there and the back. I'm just trying to think, when did I leave and what time did I get back home? Yeah, no, I think it was basically, yeah, it was like 5 hours of travel on Wednesday. So, and the session was only like a 1 hour session. Again, very grateful. Session with, you know, director's nice, really nice, and the studio like had nice people and stuff. So again, it's not like, you know, but it was very, very far away. And again, for an hour, it's fine. If it had been like 15 minutes, I would have been like, bruh, bruh, I could have done this at home. But I mean, I could have done an hour at home, but you know, the longer the session, the more I don't mind traveling for it, or like the more work on a project, you know, like if I'm playing like the main character in a project or something, I'm like less, you know, if I was like one of the main characters in a project and I had like multiple sessions on it, but it just took a lot of traveling each time, it's fine. But if you work like if you work like on a game for like 15 minutes and that's the only session you do for it, and you're just like person B, you know, like you know, window washer number 3 or something like that, it's just kind of like, oh, okay, right, here we go. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. This session could have been an email. Exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. When you get like the voiceover equivalent of that, like that's when like the traveling can be like just a little bit draining or whatever. So Hitmonchan is a no. Quillfish is also a no. Will I finally get an Emolga today? The answer is no. Mini Pete. But will we get the Golden Stack Attacker? No. Legend of Zelda Tears. Okay. So no sparkles, no sparkles, no sparkles. Let's see what we got. We got Naughty, Adamant, Quirky, and Naughty. A dupe. So there you go. I'm gonna get the Adamant Quillfish because that's pretty good, and it's a girl. So there we go. Well done, Team 1. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. So just this week's just had a lot of like waiting around. And again, on Wednesday it was nice because I had a session, I had creative fulfillment, I had employment, I had a nice experience and a nice day. But today was just a waste of my life. So I'm glad to be here doing this. So Team 2, Thunderous or Celesteela Boogaloo. Chat, could you let me know who is around for Celesteela or Thunderous, please? Let me know if you're... So say Strike. I think we should have on Lara in this one. Oh, and Kieran's here now as well, right? So maybe we'll try and find something for like on Lara and Kieran. But I just want to see if anyone else is around. Oh, and then Confused Paladin's now here. Oh, and Confused Paladin can do Celesteela. Okay. So if we had on Lara, Kieran, and Confused Paladin, I don't know why I'm not using the spreadsheet today, but I'm just having fun writing stuff down. Would a Celesteela be okay? Because it fits, basically. And if Kevin's pizza fits, you must acquit. So if that sounds good, we can just roll right into Team 2, if that sounds good. So yeah, let's go on the Ycom. Let's go on the internet. And then, so make sure we're connected to the internet. Make sure we talk to the nice scientist lady. Make sure we say yes, please. Make sure that according to her notes, you select anything goes. But then I'll select Celesteela. And this is going to be on Lara, Kieran, and Confused Paladin. Let's go 0926 and then 0233. Does that sound good? And there we go. Chat, my lovely chat. Last week, I believed I talked about how I did Pokemon Brilliant Diamond speedrun, as well as Pokemon Diamond speedrun. So that was fun. And then basically I waited until after my session. Paladin! Hopefully Paladin is Confused Paladin. Otherwise, we're in trouble. But no, if you're all in and all good... Okay, so Celesteela's like a Skarmory. It is weak to Fire and Electric. But it does know Earthquake, so just, like, watch out for that. I guess Pokemon like Emolga are actually pretty nifty. Because they're off the ground, but they can be hit by Smackdown, so... okay. I'm going to go with Luxray because it isn't that doesn't mean don't pick Electric and Fire. It just means watch out. Or maybe like Wide Guard. Maybe like Wide Guard is a Pokemon we should look for when doing Celesteela. I don't know. If we ever get Wide Guard, the 5 Pokemon. Can we still remember the 5 Wide Guard Pokemon? What is there? Like Hitmonlee, Pelipper, Kingler, and then there's like 2 others. But I think it is. I think there are 5, right? Is it 5? I feel like it's 5. So, okay, here we go. Oh, Fire to the right. The fire, the fire, the fire's to the left. So we're going left. And then there are a couple of grounds. What have we got? Dugtrio, and is that Palisand? I think that's Palisand, right? And then what have we got? Seaking, then a Nido. I want to say Nidoking. Nidoking does have, like, fire and electric moves, so that could be good. There is a scientist, as well. Oh, was there a Dedenne? But like on the other side. Ooh, green hair and a jumper. You'll love to see it. I would say, yeah, Paladin. Confused Paladin. Would you be good with taking the Flareon after this battle? Would that be okay? Because then at least this way we'll have Luxray and Flare. Like, I'll be in first with Luxray, and then you'll be in fourth with the Flareon. So does that sound okay? Do you mind doing that? 07, good. That's what I like to see. Okay, I'm going to go with Max Lightning, very, very frightening. We won't be able to put Flareon to sleep, but we will have boosted electric power. But anyway, so after I did Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, I did say I kind of wanted to go through Pokemon Shining Pearl to see how, because I did Diamond with Chimchar, and then I wanted to do Brilliant Diamond with Piplup. But then I was like, I want to do Shining Pearl with Chimchar. And so, because I wanted to see who was better. And here's the funny thing. I did Pokemon Shining Pearl faster with the Chimchar. I did beat the game. I beat it like 20-25 minutes quicker than... So I beat Pokemon Brilliant Diamond in like 7 hours, and then I beat like a bit over 7 hours, and then I beat Shining Pearl in about like 6 hours and 40 minutes, I think it was. So yeah, a good like 20 to 25 minutes faster. But here's the funny thing. I don't necessarily think that Chimchar was better, which is wild because I thought it was going to be the best one. I was like, well, it's got fire and fighting. That's an incredible stab, and you can get flamethrower like before the third gym in BDSP, and then obviously when you evolve, you get close combat. So you get these like really powerful moves, like pretty early and stuff like that, you know. But there is one thing I had underestimated about Infernape compared to Empoleon. Prinplup. Compared to Empoleon, there's one thing I had. It was like Fight for My Love. It was like Bart and Lisa playing ice hockey. But here's the thing. There's one thing I hadn't really factored in, and it was basically that Empoleon does have a way better Paladin switch. I know you said 07. That was very fast. You probably won't actually hear me say this until you've already selected. So well done, Paladin. Nicely switched. Okay. So let's see who are we actually fighting now. I don't know. There is Science. We could do Palisand for Science. Dugtrio is Frailer. Oh, there's loads of Science here. We could do like Nidoking and then more Science. We could just try a whole load of maybe. Oh, Kieran could do Science. Maybe let's have Kieran do Science, because Lopunny can't do anything to Palisand. So Lopunny is like useless to us. So let's have Kieran do some Science. Kieran Science. Because Indeedee does have Shadow Ball. So Indeedee like has a super effective like Dynamax here. But although actually I don't think I can do anything. I think I only have normal and electric moves. Ooh, Basculin. Okay, Basculin works. Maybe Kieran could do the other Science. Maybe like Onlara could switch for the Hitmon, for the Nidoking. Not Hitmon. I was going to say Hitmoncing. Nidoking. And then Kieran could do the other Science. But Basculin's actually really good for these next two fights. So yeah, let's use Basculin for the next two fights, which it's good against, and then we'll just use it. Oh wait, Onlara has a fire attack. Oh, that's a good point. You do have a fire attack, and it's probably better than Nidoking's one. Well, Kieran could just switch for the Nidoking. I mean, if Kieran wanted to switch for the Nidoking and then switch it for a second set of Science, because humor, then we could do that. But we could just take the Nidoking and then do no science, which is the sensible thing. And before I used to say, well, I only stream on Saturdays and Sundays, but I'm going to try and do a few weekday ones. So yeah, so just to kind of loop back around to that, I'm going to try and do Thursdays and Fridays. It's not going to be locked in. What I'll do is like on Thursday and Friday, I'll post a community note and I'll say whether I'm like around that day or not. Like I will say, I'll say, hey, yeah, looks like I can stream today, so I'll see you guys in a few hours, okay? Maybe that's how we'll do things. Although obviously, if anything happens, you know, I might have like a day where I know my Thursday is busy, like, oh, I've got a session this Thursday, so, you know, there'll be no Thursday, like, Thursday is going to be an absolute no, and I'll tell you that ahead of time, but maybe we'll do something like that. Does that sound okay? Here's the thing, Nidoking is weak to Celesteela, so I actually don't mind Kieran doing some science, because it is, well, it's weak to that Earthquake, so for like a not a great non-stab move, basically. So I say Kieran can do some extra science, but you still have to switch to the Nidoking, because it's hilarious to switch for it and then to ditch it. Unless this ends up being a Nidoqueen, in which case, oops. But that's a Nidoking, right? I mean, that's gotta be Nidoking. Look at the broad, the hunching broadness of him. To be fair, that's the thing. That's the thing about Celesteela. It's weak to electric and fire, and it covers, like, an Earthquake covers both of those. So basically you need, like, Rotom, Emolga. I don't know if there are any, like, flying or levitating fires. Lampant physically levitates, but it doesn't have levitate. Also, can I stop going against ground types? Okay, I'm just gonna Facade. Maybe I'll poison myself with the Poison Point ability that it doesn't have, because it has Rivalry. But we might get something that's weak to Earthquake and doesn't have anything super effective. But what? Here's the question though: what's weak to Earthquake? Like, what would be worse than a Nidoking? I suppose it'd be like some Poison type, a Poison type without a Fire move, and a lot of the Poison types have a Fire move. It would have to be something like Garboda, right? Ooh, lowering its attack. That's interesting. I think we should just attack it, though. Because we do... I know we've got, like, a good Dynamaxer here. And a, well, now you can't attack it, because the rain is up. So I guess more baby doll eyes, baby. Talonflame. Good, that's a good shout, Xander. Yeah, we could... We'll just science. We'll science the Nidoking. Well, we'll switch the Basculin for Nidoking, and then we'll just science ourselves a Talonflame, and then all will be well. And then it will use Smackdown on the Talonflame and KO it in one turn. See? It's alright. You have limited PD. No, that's fair enough, Paladin, because you want to make sure you have, like, 2 or 3 for the... You want to make sure you have 2 or 3. But I didn't think you'd use Burning Jealousy that much. But maybe I just haven't been paying attention. But yeah, if you only have like 2 or 3, and especially now that it's raining, but you could still Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball has like a 20% chance of special defense down, which is pretty nifty. It's pretty nifty. Yeah, it gives us a Pichu. The spiky-eared Pichu from 2010 or whatever. That appeared in the Arceus movie. The Arceus movie, I think the best movie they did. At least of the ones I've seen. I think the Arceus movie was the best one. It's not my favorite one. My favorite is the Zoroark one. I really like the Zoroark movie. It's so good. But the Arceus one is like a close second. And I think the Arceus movie is a better movie. But just I like the Zoroark one more. Right, Nidoking. Let's all catch a Nidoking. Why would they give Celesteela moves to counter its weakness? No, we've had a few Pokemon like that, don't they? Like Lunala is one that covers its weaknesses because it has Theory to cover like Dark, which is pretty good. Like Dark and Ghost, like Lunala covers them. So Nidoking, let's roll see the Nidoking. For you it's 2000 because nostalgia was strong. The Lugia movie was very good. I'm glad I watched them all recently, and I kind of forgot how good all three of them are. Like 1 was better than I remember. 2 was like about as good as I remember, / a little bit better. And then the third one wasn't like quite as good as I remember, just because I felt it was a little slow at a certain point. But then it was good. But it's a good movie. I still think it's the best one of those 3 though. The moon Pokemon gets Moonblast. Exactly. Oh, Torkoal! See? Now we get the sun without the sun. This is some good science. Dang. Okay. Torkoal, and Torkoal has really good defense, so it's not gonna like die to an earthquake the way that like other Pokemon could. A Pokemon like a Charmeleon could die to one earthquake, but Torkoal shouldn't die to an earthquake. Oh, please Dynamax. Yes, absolutely Dynamax. I know you don't have full health, but we want the full power of like a Flareon fire move. So yes, please, Dynamax. Plus, we get to see your awesome avatar. Look at that awesome avatar. That jacket, man. You look fierce with that thing. Okay, here we go. But yeah, that's why we had you take the Flareon, just so that even if, like, Onlara or Kieran didn't get better Pokemon, like, we had at least the Flareon Dynamaxing. I mean, Onlara did have Mystical Fire, which I'd forgotten about, but, plus we get to lower its special attack in case it uses Flash Cannon, so... see, it does look cool, yeah. Alright, here's the Earthquake. So, see, like, you would have died then if you hadn't Dynamaxed as well, so... Wait, how is Celesteela faster than Flareon? I know, like, Stack Attacker is, like, the slow one, but still. Right, anyway, keep going, everyone. Nicely done. That's like stab 120 and in the sun. Like that's kind of why we want to do it. And here's the thing: even if you only get that one attack in, it's better you getting that one attack than like, you know, doing a bunch of weaker ones. So, right, special attack down. It is getting desperate. It is gonna start using generative AI. And that's the sign of desperate people. Right, here we go. Max Flare. Oh, now it's faster. Yes. Okay, well done, everyone. Well done. Nicely done. It does suck when it uses an Earthquake right away. And also, it's why you don't want to take a Ditto on a Celesteela, because Earthquake's just a terrible move. So well done, everyone. We want to catch this thing. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. And let's see how this goes. But no, Team 2, very well done. Very well done. Clinging to life. Marcis, hello. Welcome. Marcis, I feel like it's been a while. How are you? I hope you've been doing well. Again, it feels like... forgive me if you were like, I was here last week. But I feel like it's been a while. Yeah, you gotta do the patented double shiny check. So Flareon, that's not shiny, but we'll double check it. Power Sand is not shiny. Nidoking, Xander, can you verify if this is shiny or not? The answer is no, it's not shiny. But will we get the White Bamboo Celesteela? No. Dang. Okay, but we'll do the double check. No sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, and no sparkles there. Yeah, no, unfortunately, no. But no, okay, let's check some natures. Relaxed. Oh, that's the speed down, isn't it? Yeah, 90. Ooh. Bashful. Is bold and bashful. Careful. And serious. Why so serious? I feel like we have a joke for almost every one of these natures, right? Careful, we don't really have a joke for. Well, actually, no, I do have one in my head. Careful, Tony. But that's a very niche reference. If you understand that reference, kudos. We should be friends. Okay. Relaxed, bashful, careful, and serious. Who am I going for here? I'm going to go for the one Pokemon we didn't use. Palisand. There we go. It's been a while busy at work. No, that's fair enough. Guys, can I just... I think I did say this last week. I'm not sure. Can't remember. It's really wild. So I had sessions like last week and this week, right? So I've like not really had sessions for like a long time generally. Like the last time I had like 2 sessions in like 2 weeks. I can't tell you how long ago that was because of the strike and everything, right? Would you like us to keep a record of where you found Celesteela? I'm going to say yes. But so, you know, long time. I've not had many sessions because of the strike and stuff. But it's just wild because if I had the like sessions in terms of, I don't know, amount of work and pay and all this other stuff and the frequency kind of thing, you know, so if I had the like session I had last week and then the session I had this week, if I had that every sort of 2 weeks, you know, so if I basically had like that one session a week, one like I did last week and one like I did this week, it would like change my life. It would absolutely change my life, and it would just give me a level of security that like, wow, you know, like I've never had anything like that before. I would be able to probably like, you know, sort of change my living situation. I'd absolutely have a Switch 2. I'd be able to like, you know, get my tooth fixed. I'd be able to get my bad eye fixed. You know, I'd be able to like upgrade my streaming equipment and stuff so I could have better streams. There's so much stuff I could do if I was like booking that frequently, you know. But you know, I'm freelance and it's a gig economy, or it's a gig. It's a gigging career, and you know, I might not get anything for like the rest of the year now. Who knows? So. So I mean, I hope that this is a sign of things to come, but you can never be too sure. You know, you just have to keep your fingers crossed. But it's just kind of wild. But I'm very grateful for the past 2 weeks that I've had. Again, even with the like 5 hours of buses and metros and buses, like literally, I'm very grateful for the past 2 weeks because it really does help out. Again, particularly with just like how everything has been, and I just have to hope for more now, basically. Right, okay, so Team 3. So do we have enough people for like a Thunderous, perhaps? Because Thunderous is the one we haven't done. What the heck? Error, try again. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you, everyone say lemons. 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 I'm going to say lemons. But yeah, and could you let me know if you can do Thunderous as well, please? So let me know if you can do Thunderous and say lemons. So that was really weird. I tried to type Thunderous in chat and it like didn't send. So on my screen, I can see like 2 Thunderouses and a lemons, but you guys might only be able to see 1 Thunderous and a lemons. So weird. Okay, so we've got on Lara, we've got Kevin. So is there anyone around who would like... Oh, Kieran can do Thunderous. Okay, so we can have, like, Kevin on Lara and Kieran, right? Yeah, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that very much. Again, I don't know why I'm not just using the spreadsheet, but... Yeah, it was really weird. It sort of said, like, error or something, and it didn't... I don't think it even said anything, like, can't be sent. It just said, like, error, and then... I don't know. Yes, Lemon's my favorite legendary Pokemon. It's Cry. The cry of Lemons goes... Ah! unacceptable! Like that or something. Right, I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be back in a sec, okay? Don't go anywhere. We are back with people who look like things. Okay. Oh. So, Kieran, Kevin, on Lara, please make sure that you press the Ycom and connect to the internet and do all that stuff. And then talk to the nice lady. And then you're going to say, anything goes, while I say thunderous. And then, yes, and then we'll go 0926, and then 0257, and then that should be good. And yes, Xander, yeah, this weekend, Genshin Impact turns 5 years old, which is kind of wild. Congratulations to it. Whoa, okay, yes. Okay, sweet. So Bo, on Lara, Kevin, and Kieran. Excellent. You guys know Rock and Ice are very nice. Ground types are brilliant. Lightning Rod, Manectric, Cantonium, Raichu, Volt Absorb, Lantern, Jolteon, Grass, Dragon, other electric types resist. All that lovely stuff. Sludge Wave, Rain Dance, Weather Ball, Thunder, if we change the weather, heads up. All that stuff. You guys know all this. So let's do it. Also, a few days ago, 4 years of Sarah streaming. Okay. So Marsh Stomp is a ground type, so I'll go with that. Shiinotic does have Weather Ball, but that's not good if you're in 4th place, okay? Weather Ball Pokemon only work if they're in, like, the first 3. So just keep that in mind. Wartortle is weak to electric. Skarmory is weak to electric. Oh, Cherrim and Shiinotic, Weather Ball and Sunny Day strats. I think we have to go to it. Cherrim is resistant to electric. And it's super effective against ground types. Okay, the rest of these all suck for Kieran, but that means Kieran gets to do some science. So right, let's do. Okay, Unpheasant or something. Was that Unpheasant or was that something else? Or Talonflame. Okay. Let's see. Poliwrath, Jinx. Oh, Jinx is ice on the right, so that's nice. So maybe we could go for Jinx. I need a shiny Jinx. Because Kevin got one before me. There's Jellicent. I do need Jellicent as well, actually. And then there's a Rhydon. Rhydon. There is also Diggersby, but like Rhydon is going to be better for this one. So okay. Okay, this works. Now, do we want Rhydon not to be the Dynamaxer because of SmackDown? Like, do we want Jinx as our Dynamaxer and then Rhydon because of SmackDown? And then we could do something like... Maybe we could get rid of either, like, Cherrim or Shiinotic? I'd be more likely to say Cherrim, actually. Right, I'm gonna max Quake, more like a deep fake. Yeah, there was Diggersby, but there was also Rhydon. I think because Rhydon, yeah, because Rhydon has like the smackdown thing, so maybe we could have like Shiinotic, Rhydon, Shiinotic, Rhydon, Jinx, and Marshtomp, because in that way Marshtomp is immune to electric, so that's like pretty good. The only danger we would have is the only issue we could like potentially have is unless we just hang on, there is one thing. Unless we just want to have Rhydon as the Dynamaxer because Rock is better than Ice. But here's the thing. If you have Sandstorm, Weather Ball is super effective against Jinx. If you have the Hail, Weather Ball is super effective against Rhydon. So either way, we're going to have like one Pokemon weak to the stats and statuses, but I do not know if Jellicent has Water Absorb. I know, I was like, I think it does, which is why I'm just going, well, I mean, I'm going with Max Quake because it's like stab and neutral, but yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm pretty sure it has Water Absorb, but I'm actually not 100%. To be honest, Water Absorb kind of makes sense. Like, if it had Cursed Body, that would just... Cursed Body would be such an evil ability to have in the Dynamax, right? Like, can you imagine not being able to use moves? Like, that would really make you waste PP on other moves. Your 10 counter would keep ticking. You would lose more lives, I think. I think Cursed Body would actually just be, like, really bad. See, that's why I like this mode so much, because I think they really thought it through. I don't think, like, there are so few times we've had strategies that are, like, really kind of, like, I don't know. Like, one of them, which I think is a little bit, I'm not sure how much they really thought about it, is, like, Celesteela with Earthquake, but then having Ditto. Like, I think that's a little bit of a, like, kind of thing. So, right, I'm just gonna delete some emails because I have like newsletter type things. Right, let's get ourselves a Jellicent. This thing loves Trick Room. I know, that was a bit weird. Okay. Right, okay. So, we don't want the Jellicent, do we? Because we've already got, like, a good team here, basically. Like, I can't remember what, Jinx and... Yeah, Jellicent would be, like, okay against Jinx, but I honestly think the team we have is fine. Here's what I'm thinking. Can we check the speed between Shiinotic and Cherim? Because Shiinotic might be able to use like a sort of a quote-unquote max strike, but it'll be a fire type move if Cherim is fast. So that if Cherim is faster and is able to get a Sunny Day off, then that means Shiinotic might be able to use a fire-type Weather Ball. Now, obviously, Jinx can change the weather with an ice move. More like a nice move. So that could be an issue. But maybe if we check the speed, we might be able to hit Jinx with a fire move. Don't forget that Jinx is effectively, like, ×4 weak to... Don't use any water on Jinx, okay? Just use, like, Aura Sphere or whatever we've got. But don't use water on it. Yeah, just use like Aura Sphere on it, and I'll use Dig because it's immune to water, but it's basically ×4 weak to fire. So just keep that in mind. No water on Jinx. If they gave Thunderous Trick Room, that'd be funny. I know, like, Jellicent is definitely one of the weaker Pokemon in this mode from the standpoint of like stab. Someday I will do a tier list of like how good every Pokemon is or whatever. You know, we'll be like, Palpitoad, like it has Scald, Earth Power, Bounce. It's very solid. Seismitoad, it's a good Screech user as like a support, but that's it. That's all it's got. Right, Lovely Kiss. No, don't kiss me, Jinx. It's like in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, like where big ladies grab you and kiss you against your will. In scenes that are more disturbing than I think the games realized. I think the games are like, haha, this is really funny. I'm like, I think it's quite just like sort of upsetting. I know Futurama was kind of like, yay, snoo snoo, but I don't know. I think sort of people think they're like a Fry and a Zap Brannigan, but at the end of the day, they'd probably be a Kif. Okay, alright, I'm asleep. That's not great, is it? It's weird how there are two kissing moves and they both give states of... Yes, confusion and sleep. That is very true. Okay, Max Flare, here we go. Okay, that's not doing as much as I would have thought, despite the dry skin. Huh. Maybe dry skin doesn't like double the weakness. Maybe it does like maybe it has like a 1.5 multiplier or something, but okay, anyway, I hid from the Jinx quick before the hyena come. But there we go. Okay, well done, everyone. Seriously, very nice work. But what else happened this week? No, I basically just kind of got ready for my session on Wednesday, because again, it took a lot of like planning for it, just because of all the buses and stuff, and then, you know, and then there were like other aspects of it I wanted to like prepare for. So, yeah, that honestly took up like a lot of my week, and then yesterday, yesterday, and then yesterday I did my Shining Pearl playthrough, because I was like, oh, now that I'm done with my session. So Kieran switch, it's time for War Turtle to be ditched. War Turtle, Kieran switch, War Turtle, Kieran switch, nicely done. Sorry, I got all caught up in talking about my life. I do apologize. And then we've got Rhydon in the top right. Rightio. So dry skin only a 25% damage increase with fire. Real? Oh, that's actually not that bad then. That's actually not that bad. Like for an immunity to water to then only have like a 25% increase, that's not bad at all. That also explains why that wasn't doing that much damage. It's still a worthwhile boost, but that's not much though, is it? But yeah, for like a water immunity, that's great. That's great. Put it on a Kyogre team, give Kyogre Surf, you're in. Okay. Right. Okay. So here we go, everyone. Oh yeah, Cherim can just go with like Dynamax, Grass, like Max. Why can I not remember the grass move? Max, Leaf, Storm. That's not it. I can't remember the name of the grass move, but the Max grass move. Okay, because that'll be fine. Oh yeah, but I did. I didn't really get to talk about Chimchar versus Piplup and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. So the picking Chimchar and then having it like Chimchar, Monferno, Infernape. It was faster, but I do also wonder if part of that was just that I was like playing the game for the second time, so I kind of knew a couple of things. I kind of knew like Pokemon times when I should like use certain Pokemon, like, oh, this trainer had this Pokemon or whatever, you know, like I kind of remembered a couple of things. Yeah, water immunity, I forgot to mention about the regeneration, but yeah, and then in the fire there's like a depletion. So now we'll get rid of. Should we get rid of Cherim? Because we're not going to be setting up the sun, so Cherim's kind of useless at this point. I would say Shiinotic is a bit. Shiinotic's going to cope better with those discharges than Cherim will, is my theory. I actually don't know who has better stats out of, like, Cherrim and Sheenotic. So forgive me if... but just, I think Sheenotic's probably just, like, the better one to not have... Sheenotic's the better one to have out of those two, given we're going to be going with, like, Ice and stuff. Cherrim is good if you have a Sun team. If we had a Sun team, I'd obviously be like, get rid of Sheenotic, but... Like, if we had, like, a Fire-type Dynamaxer and all this other stuff, I'd be like... Sheenotic, you're out of there. But because we're using a weather other than Sun, I would say Sheenotic's, like, the better one here. Like, if Thunderous used a Weather Ball, I feel like a Sheenotic would have a better chance at surviving than a Cherrim, even though I don't know their base stats. But that's my hunch. Like, let me know if you agree with that sentence, though. Even if you don't know whether it's, like, stronger or not, let me know if you're like, yeah, no, I could picture a Sheenotic tanking, like, an Ice Weather Ball, but, like, not Cherrim. A Fire type, like Chimchar? Exactly. But no, so I did Shining Pearl. So basically it was like Empoleon and Dialga versus Infernape and Palkia. And the question was, who was faster? And I was faster in the Shining Pearl. But I do think maybe a little bit of that could just be that I was a bit more organized. That Jinx cry. And here's the thing. And here's the thing why... Oh... Dang it, Sludge Wave is ×4 super effective on Sheenotic. Okay, Cherrim might have survived a Sludge Wave. Damn it. I kind of like thought about Sludge Wave. I'd kind of forgotten about Sludge Wave. And I hadn't really thought about it being ×4 super effective. I really was just thinking about tanking this. Because the thing was, I was like, well, we're going to hit it with, like, Ice. We're going to hit it with Rock. And then it would just use Discharge, and, like, that's kind of what I was thinking. And I was like, and then when it uses Discharge, like, I think Sheenotic will be better for that bit. Right, okay. Buffeted by the hail, more like a grass-type feel. But, oh well. Okay, I'm healing, though. I'm healing. Right, let's just Ice Punch again. Maybe get some cheap freeze. Right, 2, 4, 6, 8. Is this Chiffy Bull? Oh, great. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's very good. It's attack. That's good for Rhydon. If Rhydon can land an attack here. No pressure, Kevin. If Rhydon can land an attack here. All right, here's the Hailstorm. Don't you dare. No, don't you dare. I said don't use it on Rhydon. No. Oh, dang it. The thing is, if we had Rhydon as the Dynamaxer... and not Jinx, you know it would have gone for a Rock-type Weather Ball on Jinx, okay? You know it would have. So, and plus, I might get a KO here. Hanging the Jinx, nicely done. Come on, attack up, yes! On Lara's cheer for the win. This AI it did have our number. You are absolutely right. It did everything, like, really perfectly there. Right, well done, everyone. We still beat it, though. Even though that was a really tough Thunderous, we still beat it. So well done, everyone. Stars and Sparkles. Sparkles and Stars. But yeah, no. But if we'd have done it the other way around, if Rhydon had been our Dynamaxer and had set up the Sandstorm, you know it would have just used a Weather Ball on Jinx instead, and we'd have been like, oh, we should have had Jinx set up the Hail. It's like, no, because then it would have hit Rhydon, and it's a vicious... cycle. But anyway, but no, Chimchar versus Piplup, dang it. But no, here's the one thing. Infernape does have the lower offensive stats. I also think my Chimchar might have had like a really bad special attack, but that's a story for another day. But that lower special attack, like I think Empoleon has like maybe like 20 better special attack or something. And that 20 extra special attack, like base special attack, really does make a difference. You get so many more KOs from your Piplup, and if you're using like stab super effective moves with Chimchar, like and Monferno and Infernape, like it's fine, you know. But when you're attacking things that like you're not super effective against, you struggle a bit. Whereas with Empoleon, you can still KO things with like a Surf or a Flash Cannon because it's just that strong. So That was an impish Thunderous? Dang. Right, so Jellicent. Oh, wouldn't it be Jellicent? Jinx is not shiny. I need shiny Jinx, though. I don't want to go on Let's Go. I'm fed up with going on old games, and Let's Go counts as an old game now. I'm sorry. But, like, Let's Go is, like, archaic compared to sandwich hunting. Rhydon is also not shiny. But will we get the slightly purple Thunderous? No! I wonder how many Thunderouses we've done now. We've had it for such a long time. Right, Serious. Careful. Careful, Tony. Gentle. There's always a Lax or Gentle. And Impish, the aforementioned Impish. I'm going to go the Serious Jellicent. Because it's a mixed attacker and... Wow, I didn't realize this thing's attack was actually that good. Like, special attack and attack, there's not a big difference there. I would have thought its special attack was much better. Like, I would have thought the difference between its attack and special attack would have been more comparable to this, but wow, or that. But yeah, wow, I didn't realize it was quite that balanced. Good for you. Good for you, Jellicent. But yeah, I told you that Thunderous has a pretty good attack stat. Even though it's impish, that attack is still nothing to scoff at. People use them physically in, like, competitive, so... right, yes, Jellicent, let's go. Kieran, would you mind hosting Annihilago? If we have enough people for Annihilago. If we don't, then, oh well. But, would you like to keep a record of Thunderous? Yes, I would. Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! We've done too many Thunderous. That's the answer. That is the answer. Yeah, the careful, SpongeBob. Careful. That's a good one. I might have to now take that now that you've suggested that, because that is a good one for careful. Okay, so chat. Are there people who can do Nihilego? Because do we basically just have, like, Onlera and Kevin, as well as Kieran, obviously, but do we basically just have a bunch of people who can't do a Nihilego? Or is, like, Paladin here and Tegan here? Let me know. If you can do Nihilego, please let me know. Please just say, like, strike number of times you play, and if you can do Nihilego. Ah, there we go. And ready, set, bow, and all that other stuff. Oh, Tegan can. Oh. Okay, well, why don't we have Kieran and Tegan and Confused Paladin? A variation of Team 1. But yeah, why don't we do this? Yeah, why don't we have, like, Tegan, Paladin, and Kieran? And then just don't forget to Dynamax unless we otherwise say, like, oh, hold off on Dynamaxing. Like, always Dynamax. But I think this will be a good team, though. I think this will work. Okay, so why don't we talk to the nice scientist lady. Make sure you're connected to the internet on the Ycom, okay? Do that first, but then we'll say anything goes. Even I'm going to say it this time. And here we go. So, oh wait, no. I can't type in a code. I'm not making the code. Kieran's going to give us a code. Okay. Oh, okay, here we go. 68, 48, 48, 43. Oh, I like that. That's a good code. See, that's like nice and easy, whilst also like having a nice kind of ring to it, whilst also being like distinct and unlikely to be replicated by someone randomly on the planet right here, right now, 5 years after this game and DLC came out. Wow, yeah, this DLC is like, we're approaching like 5 years of this DLC. That's pretty wild, isn't it? Okay. But, yeah. Ooh, okay. So, oh, by the way, ground is excellent, steel is the next best thing, then water, then psychic. So, like, Colossal has Scald, which is, like, kind of the best thing. And Flygon has Mud Slap, which... Oh, I think Flygon was the other ground type that's not very good as a ground type. Like, Flygon's like a better dragon type than a ground. It's a good ground type defensively, but offensively, Flygon is terrible. Still gonna pick it. Swoobat is psychic, and does have psychic, so that's cool. And then, I mean, Drifblim has psychic. So, yeah, nicely picked Paladin. I think that was a good last choice. So let's see what we got. Oh, okay. Escavalier is steel and it has a ground move, so Escavalier could definitely be good. But let's see what else we've got. I think there was a ground. So if we go, say if we did go left, hypothetically. Well, hang on. Copperaja, Frostmoth. Copperaja is good, but there is Duraludon on the left. And then there's like Beartic, Miltank. Jinx again. We could go for Jinx again for more psychic. So we could have like Escavalier, then Duraludon, and then Jinx, maybe? Okay, here's what I'm thinking, Abraham Lincoln. I'm wondering, what if we maybe keep the Swoobat, and then we switch, like, everything else? But then, obviously, we'll need to figure out the order in which we're gonna switch. Ha 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 ha, he said, rhyming. I think Drifblim is probably a good one to, like, get rid of. I would, if I had to guess. I'm struggling to remember what they are. Hang on, there's a Escavalier, Duraludon, Jinx. Oh yeah, Drifblim is rubbish against all three of them. So Flygon is bad against Jinx, so we want to get rid of Flygon before. So maybe if we get rid of, say, Drifblim now, and then Flygon after the second battle, and then maybe Colossal after the third one? For the Jinx? Does that sound okay? Does that make sense? 5 years of Genshin, 5 years of DLC. What's celebrating 5 years next? Squidward. Your Squidward's upgrading. Wumbo's upgrading. Oh, that's going to be very super effective. Oh, Escavalier's on fire. Okay, it's using Taunt. More like a flaunt. It's a Nightbot 22-minute game. Sorry that I'm not really doing much with my Mud Slap here, but as I said, Flygon is terrible. So yeah. Right, Air Slash! Sorry, that was terrible. Air Slash! There we go, thank you. I got it on the second take. I am a professional. Okay, accuracy down, Thunderbolt and Lightning, very... Yeah, Drifblim's just not... Drifblim's, like, okay in this mode. I'll tell you where Drifblim is quite good, against certain fighting-type Pokemon, because it's a ghost, and it's, like, flying-type, and it has Psychic. Like, that's where it's, like, kinda useful, maybe? But yeah. Yeah, Squidward. Yeah, Squidward. Yeah, Squidward. What else has been... I'm just trying to think what's been going on in, like, the past couple of weeks. Oh, one thing, Pokemon Legends ZA is out soon. We don't know about any more Mega Evolutions. Do you think we'll find out about any more before the game, given the game is in, like, 2 to 3 weeks? I hope we do. I hope we get, like, one more or something. But, again, they might be holding them back. So who knows? Oh, so Tegan, yes. I think you should keep Swoobat just because it is a psychic type. Like, of all the things we have that's like... of all the things we initially had, yours was the one that was like... I would say, like, just the best against Nihilego. I know Nihilego is a rock type, and so it could hit you with a rock move that would be, like, stab super effective. But that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. But no, but I think it's one of those things, it's a double-edged sword kind of dealy, where, like, you're good against it, it's good against you. We just have to hope that it doesn't, like, target you, you know? So yeah, that's kind of my theory. But yeah, just, because, like, I have if Flygon had, like Earth Power, or Stomping Tantrum, or High Horsepower, or something like that, you know, Flygon would be amazing, but it doesn't. It sucks. Like, even against this Duraludon, where I am going to be using a stab max move, It's like, this is like not very good. It's like base 90. This is basically turning my Mud Slap into an Earth Power, is like how poor this move is. So I could see them announcing one more Mega or showing off a regional variant, though they could want to finish with the starter. I feel like the starters will just kind of get like officially announced like in an email after the game comes out or something. A bit like how they did with the Paldean regional variants. They did something like that. Like there was an email which was kind of like that advertised them and showed off their like high-res artwork. The Pokedex, you're back. Oh, you know what I haven't asked you guys, gals, non-binary pals to do? Could you please like the video? Because it's time for Bo to shave his fans. Everyone line up. I've got my razor and some, I hope you don't mind, like, shaving cream instead of shaving gel. But I will shave you all when I get the chance. But, no, so we've got, okay, so we should have at least 12. The number of likes on this should be at least 12. If we are not in the double digits, then we are doing something very, very wrong. 10 likes! Okay, that is double digits, but I don't like it. I am a man. I am a man. Yeah, that's like that little joke with like him holding the razor. That's like a funny little bit. But no, the Pokedex. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've been all right. Are you excited for Legends ZA? We were just talking about Legends ZA and how it's coming out very, very soon now. Look, Thunderbolts of Lightning is coming out very soon. But yeah, it's funny. I was sort of, I think I did mention this last week, but it might have been when we didn't have many people or whatever. Looking at the list of Pokemon that are currently known to be in Pokemon Legends ZA, I think there are only like 19 Pokemon. I don't know if this includes like evolutions. I can't remember. But I sort of wrote down this number, 19 Pokemon from Pokemon Legends ZA that I need a shiny. So, like, you know, for example, like, Honedge is in the game. I need Honedge, I need Durblade, and I need Aegislash, you know. Emolga's in the game, I need Emolga. I need the monkeys in shiny form, all 6 of them. You know, so, I don't know what to say as a monkeys won't do. Oh, I'm switching for this, aren't I? Sorry, I was like, who's switching here? Oh, yeah, me! Sorry, I'm switching. Oh no, Swoobat's paralyzed. Oh well, we'll try and heal it or something. I don't know. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Oh, and then Jinx. Okay, sweet. Yeah, and then maybe if Kieran switches for the Jinx, that could be good. Maybe. Although, here's one thing I'll say. Maybe if, like, Swoobat is, like, at low health and paralyzed, maybe Swoobat could switch here. But I would say if you're at full health, but, like, just you're paralyzed, I wouldn't worry about the switching or anything. Like, if that makes sense. I think if you're at full health, but just you're paralyzed, it's like, okay, you've got, like, a 1 in 4 chance of not attacking, and you're going to be slower. But, like, I don't think that's too bad. But if you were at, like, really low health, it's like, I'd rather have the Colossal with, like, Scald. And then, you know. But hopefully this should be okay. And well done for Dynamaxing, because, again, yeah, don't worry about the paralysis. Don't be like, the paralysis will mess up my Dynamax. Like, no, it should be fine. So, big time! Because Colossal does have Scald, so it's not great. I would rather have Swoobat with Psychic than Colossal with Scald. But if we have to do it, it's fine. Good night, everybody. But yeah, Legends EA. But yeah, but it's so funny though, because like in Legends Arceus, there were like so many Pokemon I needed as shiny when that game came out. Oh, for the love of Nelly! Can we stop having statuses? Nicely done with the airstream there. That was a good choice. We get the speed boost here. See, that's the thing. Who needs paralysis when you have a speed boost? Right, flamethrower, more like a lamethrower, with that extra 25% added on, which really isn't very much. And then, but we're getting pretty close now. We're like one attack away. One attack away. So here's the Iron Head. I am faster now thanks to that airstream. Thank you for the airstream, Swoobat. And we beat the Jinx. So stars, well, no, not stars and sparkles, but we want to catch everything. You don't have to keep you don't have to keep them, but you do have to catch them. Ash catch them. But yeah, I say let's say goodbye to Colossal. 07 Colossal. I can't remember who took any damage there or whatever, but yeah, just I think Colossal's probably the one to get rid of. Again, we'll double check. We'll double check because I can't remember who like lost any health there or whatever, but I think we should be. Yeah, no. Oh yeah, Colossal lost a little bit. So yeah, let's get rid of Colossal. Well, although no, I think if unless does Paladin. I think does sleep. I think sleep is removed when you Dynamax, right? I'm not sure. Wait, but Jinx has. Oh no, Jinx doesn't have any psychic. Sorry, I forgot. Jinx doesn't have any psychic moves, does it? So no, that's fair enough then. Yeah, it's got a weakness to Nihilego, but it doesn't have... Sorry, I forgot it doesn't have any psychic moves. It has Fairy and Ice, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, you know, that's fine. Sorry. I think Escavalier might be awake now. Let's see. Is Escavalier awake or is it still asleep? Let's see. I think it will be awake now. I think Pokemon who are asleep... Yeah. When Pokemon are asleep, they wake up between battles, which is nice. So, Dynamax Escavalier, use that ground move. You've got the Max Quake. That'll be really, really good. I've got Physical Steel, so this will be good. Jinx does have Ice Beam. That's why I wasn't worried about sleep, because I was like, I think it does go away one way or another, right? Like whether it's, I think it does. I kind of like, I sometimes do forget that it like does go away because it's not really an issue we have come up very much. But yeah, so that's cool. That's cool. But yeah, sorry, I forgot. I thought Jinx was going to be like a bit of a double-edged sword. I forgot it only has like Ice Beam and Draining Kiss. And that's the thing, Draining Kiss is so weak. Like, if it had, like, Dazzling Gleam, at least that'd be something, but... right, here we go. Psychic, nice. So my Iron Head won't do very much because of the Wander Room, but... Special Defense is down, though. That's pretty nifty. Burn it. No, okay, fine. Here's the Max Quake. So this might not do as much as we're hoping because of Wander Room, but that still did a ton. So, right, Special Defense. It's getting desperate, though. Sorry, I don't know why I was like, it's getting desperate. Accordion hands. But there we go. But yeah, Legends EA. But yeah, so there aren't like a whole load of shinies I need from the game, but I'm still looking forward to it, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get the missing shinies that I wasn't able to get. Maybe it will have shiny Miraidon and Koraidon, because I need those now, apparently. Right, okay. Max Darkness. That's probably better than a Brutal Swing, honestly. Well, minus the special... Actually, no, Special Defense down is terrible, because then that's going to KO us. Oh, that hung in there! Wow! Wowie zowie! Okay, that was pretty impressive. And then there's the Psychic. Yes! Team 4 galore! Team 4, well done. Well done, Team 4! Very nice work, everyone. Very nice work indeed. Seriously, excellent. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. You really only need shiny Aegislash because it looks so cool. No, you must get the whole set, Kevin. You gotta get a Honedge and a Durblade and an Aegislash. You gotta get all three. That's the law, I'm afraid. And then you gotta get the monkeys. You gotta get the monkeys, all 6 of them. And you gotta get Electrike because you've already got Manectric, but you gotta get Electrike. And yes, I am just talking about myself now. But yeah, so there's a bunch of things. Right, Escavalier is not shiny. Duraludon is not shiny. Jinx is also still not shiny. What the heck, man? But Nihilego is not golden. No, dang. Right, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there. Right, it's so quiet. And quirky as well. Right, and timid. And, oh, timid! Doop doop! There you go, timid. I'm going to go with a timid Duraludon, because why not? Duraludon is coming to Pokemon Go, I think, in like the next few days or so, if I remember right. It's coming to like Dynamax, so that's cool at least. Oh, Tegan! Tegan got the shiny Jinx! Yes! That's like the second shiny Jinx we've had on stream. The first one was like literally a year ago or something like that. Tegan, that's amazing! Yes! Tegan is our like, is at least provincially, I can't think of the word. Preliminarily, I don't know. Like, right here, right now, as things stand, Tegan will be our winner of the day with that shiny Jinx. That's so cool! It's a good one as well, so well done. Yay and yay. Confused Paladin got go. But Paladin, thank you so much for joining us. It's been brilliant having you with us. Very well played. 07, and we'll see you another time. If people have not, please click like on the video. We just beat a boss, and I haven't been saying it enough. Xander is the #1 fan today, and then Confused Paladin is joint second, along with Onlara and Kieran and Tegan and Kevin and... Oh, no, actually, yeah, and Kevin. And then in, like, joint 7th, we've got Masters. No, Masters is just in 7th. And then, Kaz was here? I didn't get to see Kaz. And then some other people were here as well. So if you haven't clicked like, please click like. Because it'd be lovely to say hi to people and have the likes on the video. Okay, right, so we've run out of space. Are there any more records? So I'm going to say no. So chat. Can we do a quick scouting of, can we see, of my 3 tickets, okay? So today we haven't had any issues or anything. Of my 3 tickets, right, we've got Thunderous, Stack Attacker, Celesteela. Could anyone who can do those, please let me know if you can do them, please. So please say strike the number of times you've played thus far today, say I can do, and then let me know who you can do out of those 3 Pokemon. But we'll try and see if we can do one. Again, it'd be kind of nice to do a Thunderous just to, like, you know, get those Thunderous numbers up. Because, like, we owed it soon, surely. Oh no, on Lara Croft. On Lara can't do the next round. But let's see, Kevin can, except Nihilego. But that's fine. We ain't doing no Nihilego. Well, I suppose we could actually if everyone could. I suppose I could say if you want to throw a Nihilego, if like Kieran wants to host again, we could go for a Nihilego. But let's see though. We got Kevin. But no, Kevin can't do Nihilego, so that's off the table. But okay, so Tegan can do any. That's good, and then Kevin can do any. So at least of my tickets, that's okay. So we could do. Can't believe Onlara is gone. What do we tell Onlara? Tell Onlara that like she won. She stuck to it and she won. Okay. Or just some joke about tomb raiding, or Angelina Jolie, or Daniel Craig, or Gerard Butler. They were in those movies, right? So there we go. It's weird we had like a whole other movie for that, like almost like a decade ago, and like here we are, like there was another movie a decade ago. Kind of forget about that. But let's see what we've got. Okay. Oh, sorry, Kieran did post. Oh, sorry, what the heck? Why was I... That's really weird. I swear, I saw Kevin and I saw Tegan. I did... Oh, I know why. It's because the name is longer, so it kind of like... Like, Kevin... On my screen, where Kevin wrote strike and where Tegan wrote strike, they are, like, visually aligned. But then Kieran's strike is, like, off to the right of them. So that's why I missed that. Okay, so... Could we maybe do a Thunderous, like a Kevin, Kieran, and Tegan? Kevin, Kieran, Tegan. I like all this, like, names ending in an N kind of Vowel N for a Thunderous. And then I think that will kind of do us for today. So does that sound okay? So let's go on the Ycom. And then make sure we're connected to the internet. Okay, I know I always say it, but you got to make sure. Make sure you say yes to the lady. We'll say anything goes. And then a Thunderous. And then when we're on the Thunderous, we'll go 0926 and then 0341. How does that sound? But yeah, Legends ZA, like a good 2 or 3 weeks away. But yeah, I don't have anything to play for the next 2 or 3 weeks now, which is why I'm like, well, maybe I'll do a few extra streams, because maybe once the game comes out, maybe I won't do every Thursday or Friday or whatever. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. But it would only be like a couple of them, so I don't think it'll be too bad. But yeah, soon the monkeys and Patrat and what's the other Pokemon that's been missing from games? It was like Patrat and Watchog, the monkeys. What was the other Pokemon? Can anyone remember the other Pokemon that like hasn't been on the Switch? Oh, you picked up Hyrule Warriors. Oh, is that out now? Oh, Furfrou, of course. Yeah, Furfrou. So they are all back, along with Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel is back. We didn't talk about Jimmy Kimmel last week, but Jimmy Kimmel's back. I thought his first monologue was very good. I don't know if you guys saw it. I would encourage you to watch it if you hadn't. Okay, Thunderous, Ice and Rock, okay? I'm going to go with Lycanroc just because Stone Edge is solid, but... Oh, and then Palpitoad is a ground type, so obviously that's great as... like. So Vanillish is definitely like a good next pick, but then Palpitoad could be good after. So like Ice is super effective as well, but then Palpitoad is ground, so like it's pretty solid. Rock solid? No, Ice solid. Whoa, hang on, Maractus. Oh wait, but Maractus, it does resist... Maractus does resist electric, so that's kind of okay. But okay, Basculin, let's see. Ooh, that's a very quick pick, though. Like, that was really quick. Oh, Kevin didn't get to choose? Huh. Yeah, I was going to say, that picked in... Oh, Diggersby is to the right. Diggersby choosing. We could... Okay, I say let's go for Diggersby, and then we'll figure out the rest later. Kevin, did you get to pick left or right there, okay? Let me know if anything goes on in your game, like if you're... Kevin, let me know what moves we use and stuff like that, okay? Just pay attention to if the game is like if we're using different moves on my screen versus on your screen, okay? Like, let's just make sure you haven't, like, disconnected or something like that. I know your avatar was still there, but let's just make sure you're not like in a different universe or anything like that, okay? So just let's keep... You did get to choose your direction, okay. Hopefully that's okay. I think we have had the picking thing before, so... AZ, can we borrow your Eternal Flow out? Oh no, that'd be fun. Can it Mega Evolve? I am Dynamaxing, okay. If I'm Dynamaxing, yeah, that should mean you're with us then. Okay, I think we have had that weird move picking thing before, but that was very weird though. Maybe there's just some weird blip or I don't know. Right, here we go. So Brick Break, more like a deep fake. I need a better... hang on. Brick Break, more like a Rick Lake. My name's not Rick. Okay, the Storm Drain, and the storm rages on. Kind of forget about that about Maractus. I am assuming you guys did too. But it's going to work, though, because ground is weak to grass. So it all works out in the end. But yes. So I'm going to punch this thing in the face again. Yeah, well, Kevin, you're going to be getting rid of Storm Drain here anyway, so it's not a problem. Don't worry, it's actually fine, because like powering up Maractus is a good thing, so it's fine. We were always going to like two-turn it anyway, so it's not an issue. Do-do-do-do. Right, okay. Okily-dokily-do. Oh, hang on, I just got another newsletter. I'm just gonna, like, delete that. I don't need that. Yeah, I don't need that. Get rid of that. Get rid of it. Okay. So, Kevin, you're gonna get the bunny now. Get the bunny now. Do it. But yeah, get the bunny. Get rid of the Maractus. Unless the game is, like, choosing you to not. If somehow Kevin doesn't get the bunny, then, like, Tegan should get it. But let's have Kevin get this, and then we'll... Yeah. And then that's good. And then if there is anything else for Tegan, that'd be nice. But... I don't know if there's going to be anything better for Tegan. Is the only issue that I have. Ghost. Oh, there is a scientist. I don't know if I don't really want to science away the. We could just keep this team. We honestly could just keep this team. Sorry, Haunter was just kind of a little bit better than Basculin. But I didn't say that out loud, so well done for picking it. Well done, team. I was going to say, there is Exploud, who is fine, but I wonder if we should go for Miltank and just go for, like, a sort of straightforward victory against Miltank. Maybe get a Blue Moo. And then if we do that, if we get the Blue Moo, then we could be in a really good position for the final battle. But Exploud does have Blizzard, so we could have that. Maybe we could face Exploud and have Tegan switch for it, because then Tegan would have Max Hailstorm. Because I wouldn't want Exploud just for Blizzard, but if it's Dynamaxing, maybe we could face Exploud, and then if we win in 3 turns, Tegan could take the Exploud. Does that sound okay? Now, if only Haunter didn't have Levitate. Yeah, that'd be nice. You have rocks. You have a Stone Edge, right? So, oh no. Oh, crud. Haunter and Kadabra are very, very powerful. That is why in my Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl playthroughs, I used Kadabra. Oh yeah, no, Haunter has Levitate. Yeah, sorry. Oh, and Stone Age missed. Okay, we have to beat this thing in the next 2 turns. We have to beat this thing in the next 2 turns. Okay. Luckily, that Max Hailstorm did a ton of damage. But yeah, we have to like Scald and Stone Edge and hit this all in like the next 2 turns. We did do about 1/3 of its health, so but yeah, that was an unlucky first turn. But I'm sure we might even be able to KO it on this turn. To be honest, 2, 4, 6, 8. That sounds feeble and not great, but it was great. Light Screen, that's actually helpful, but not if it uses Dream Eater. But then again, I'd rather it waste away moves with a... Oh, and we get the burn. Oh, Stone Age misses again in like a what? Like a 4% chance? That's like a 4% chance of happening. Kevin, that's how unlucky you are. Kevin, if anyone ever tells you, Kevin, you're 1 in a million, you tell them, nope, I'm 4 in 100. So there you go. Just saying, if you ever have like any romantic partner or romantic interest and they tell you you're 1 in a million, that is an insult, because that is saying that there are like 7,000 people out there who are just like you. Like 50, probably even something more like 56,000 people out there who are just like you. No, wait, no, hang on, have I done that right? Hang on, I wanna. Hang on, 1 in a million. No, probably like 8,000. So it's like that. Like, there are like 8,000 people who are just like you. It is an insult. So you have to say. So if you're ever like romantic, you have to say you're 1 in a trillion. Okay, like mathematically, that is a more ooey gooey compliment from the standpoint of mathematics. Right. Anyway, this Haunter was annoying. And I hated it. But let's do this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Haunter does have Energy Ball, which is very good and very annoying. Okay, so we shall not be moved. But let's keep the team we got. Because I think this will work. And then, so maybe if we go for Exploud, and maybe if Tegan switches for the Exploud, okay? So maybe if we go for Exploud, and then Tegan switches for Exploud. It is sad to get rid of Palpitoad, because Palpitoad is good, and we have lost 2 lives, which I don't love. And I would have liked the Blue Moo. The Blue Moo is a good Moo. But yeah. Giratina, hi, welcome. Although Giratina, don't forget, like, you only need to do like 3 or 4 or 5 sparkles, okay? I do appreciate all the sparkles, and particularly as a sort of, hey, I missed out, here's all the ones I missed. But you do only need to do like 3 or 4 or 5, okay? But thank you. Lovely to see you. How are you doing? Happy Friday, to the extent that Fridays are happy. Yeah, Xander is posting the official Nightbot thing about it. You got the wide lens. Arceus knows I need it. That's very good. You meant to take the shell bow, not the psychic seeds. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! You'd think UT would mark that as bad. Yeah, to be honest, kind of. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just gotten like, maybe YouTube's just gotten used to it and kind of knows now. But I haven't used a single Stone Edge yet. That's kind of wild. But I'm gonna keep using Brick Break because more like a Trick Lake. And then there we go. Do. Oh, you're gonna get a new computer. Oh, that's fun. Now, is it because is your old one broken? Is your old one just getting kind of like slow and obsolete, or like is your old computer like broken, or like the software's like out of date and stuff like that? Is it just like a bit slow and sluggish and you're just kind of looking for an upgrade, or are things actually like kind of okay but you're getting like a real super duper upgrade kind of thing? Because like, I don't know about you guys, like when I was sort of growing up and with technology, and I don't really know the attitude towards technology and stuff, but like we would like only really get a new television if like, say, if like a television died kind of thing, like, or like sort of broke. Like if a television broke, that's when we'd like get a new TV. The only times we would maybe get a new TV that weren't when a television broke would be like, because basically it's like you have your main TV in like the living room, but then maybe sometimes you would like, okay, we'll move that one into like the kids' bedroom, like the kids can have the current living room TV, and then we'll upgrade the living room TV. So like the living room TV was always the best TV, but then sometimes maybe if, say, like another TV, say if like the kids' bedroom TV died, you'd be like, okay, well what we'll do is we'll replace that one with the living room one, but then we'll get a new living room one. But basically like a TV had to like, you know, die before we could get a new one. So nicely done, Tegan, because yeah, so if you Dynamax here and use Max Hailstorm, it's very important you Dynamax, like don't use Blizzard, use Max Hailstorm, because Blizzard is rubbish and Max Hailstorm is good. But your old one's out of date and it's very slow. No, that's fine. Do you mind if I ask how old it is? Like, how old do computers get to kind of get to a point where they're slow these days? Because like I had my like laptop so I like had a laptop for university, and then I'm just thinking, so basically I had a laptop for about like 10 years when it just got kind of like unbearable slash when it just sort of got to a point where it was like unusable, or there were like certain things I just couldn't really even do on it anymore because it got so slow. So I had like a laptop for like 10 years, but it's like do like things like laptops and computers like last 10 years anymore? I mean, I've had this laptop, I think, about 3 years now, but I don't really use it a whole lot, so right, weatherball crud. Dang, I wanted Vanillish for the 100% accurate. So in 2016, okay, so 9 years. And it's an HP Windows 10. Yeah, because like is Windows 10 getting like phased out now or soon or whatever? So, I mean, I guess that makes sense. And it had an inch of RAM, lol. No, that sounds okay. Well, that sounds good then. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like my computer's like almost 3 years old now. I'm switching it out. No, that's definitely very old. Even by my standards. I don't know how old a computer needs to be like be old now, but that's pretty wild. Right, discharge, come on. Nope. No, I have no paralysis. Thank you. Oh crud, we only have 1 life left, don't we? Huh. Okay, this isn't great. This isn't great. We need to KO this, like, and now. And it doesn't help that I'm paralyzed. Because I'm one of our... Okay, if we get like a heal cheer here, this would be helpful. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, the paralysis! Yes! The paralysis was cured! And he used Weather Ball on the wrong Pokemon, and then my Stone Edge goes and we get the hit, and it wasn't a crit, or was it just a regular one? I don't know, but the Sailstorm's gonna win! We're gonna win, guys! We're gonna win! Yes! Oh my gosh. That was a good cheer. That was a good cheer. Well done, Team 5. Team 5, I feel alive. Literally, because I was half dead. But now I feel alive. We want to catch it. You don't have to keep it, but make sure you double check it for shininess. And stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Here we go. Oh, whoa, the stream is very laggy. Hang on. Maybe I only have half an inch of RAM. Hang on, I'm just gonna give my stream a break for a sec, but I'll put it back on when we get to the screen so you guys can see shinies. Shade Van, hello. No, I started. Now is it shiny? Well, let's check. When we're on the pink screen, let's check. Okay, so here we go. So, Diggersby is not shiny. Haunter is also not shiny. Exploud is not pink. But I do have all of these Pokemon as shiny, except for one. You know who it would be really nice to have as shiny? You know who would be nice to have as shiny? The slightly purple Thunderous! No, that's a regular Thunderous. How many Thunderouses have we done? How many Thunderous does it take to fight before you get a shiny in the Dynamax? Right, okay, no sparkles there, and no sparkles there. But let's see. Oh, so quiet and modest as well. Lonely as well. Lonely. He's Mr. Lonely. And calm. There you go. I am gonna... Oh, Modest Haunter. You gotta go with the Modest Haunter. I mean, come on. It's the Modest Haunter. That's wild. You could beat the game with the Modest Haunter. You actually could. You probably could beat the game with the Modest Haunter. I'm just saying. That's pretty darn cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Very much. Very much. Okay. Haunter, I choose you to be my Pokemon today. So no shinies for me, but Tegan with the Jinx coming in clutch in Team 4. Well done, everyone. Seriously, very well done. So we will save the Thunderous ticket. Tomorrow is another day. So I'll be back tomorrow morning because it's a Saturday. So I'll be back at 11 a.m., okay? I don't think there's any Pokemon Go stuff I'm doing this weekend. So, like, Saturday will be the 11 a.m. So right now it's 4 p.m., okay? So tomorrow is 11 a.m. So, like, take away 5 hours. And then Sunday will be 2 p.m., so take away 2 hours. But that's it. Thank you all for joining me for this extra stream. So just a quick heads up. So like from next week is October. Throughout October, I'm going to try to do Thursdays and Fridays, okay? And I will give you a heads up on I'll try and give you a heads up on the community tab that like, hey, yep, my schedule is free today, so we'll do a stream. You know, but obviously if I book any sessions or anything, I won't do Thursdays and Fridays, and I won't like reschedule them or anything. But Thursday is like the extra Xander day, and on Friday, like on Lara can be here on Fridays. So they're 2 good extra days to do. They're like closer to the weekend and stuff as well. So yeah, so we'll try and do like 4 streams a week, and then what is that, like 20 Dynamax Adventures a week? That's like close to like a shiny a week on average, you know. That's pretty good. That's attainable. And then it basically means that, yeah, we'll probably do about like 100 extra Dynamax Adventures between now and the end. So that gives me a chance for like 1 final shiny legendary. So thank you all again. I'm done saving this game 50 bajillion times. I am going to go into Pokemon Home to go and look at where my shiny Miraidon and Koraidon should be, if I had them. But yeah, Pokemon Shining Pearl. Oh yeah, so Infernape was quicker than Empoleon, but because Infernape has the lower attack stats, it was a little bit less secure, and I did have to restart the game a few more times. Like, a few of the fights were trickier. Like, when I was trying to beat Bronze, I couldn't even beat, like, some Bronzors and Bronzongs with Flamethrower, like, stab, super effective Flamethrower from Infernape. Whereas, like, you know, in Brilliant Diamond, I could beat them with, like, Shadow Ball from the Kadabra or Surf from Empoleon. It was pretty wild. So yeah, but I've had fun replaying both of these games, Shining Pearl, Brilliant Diamond, speedy playthroughs. I recommend it if you haven't, though it is tough. These games are very tough to do speedy playthroughs of. Someday I'd like to do the speedy playthrough of Pokemon Sword, but that is a story for another day. So take care. Lots of love, everyone. Thank you again. So I'll see you tomorrow and Sunday for our regularly scheduled streams. And then hopefully I will see you on Thursdays and Fridays throughout October. Spooky. Ooh. Bye, guys. Like the video if you haven't already. Bye.